Hello everybody, welcome to another episode of Pokemon Legends EA Online Ranked Battles. Finally, we are at the end of Season 8 and we can move on with our lives to the next season, which I'm personally okay with, like, the restricted mons, but them not being here is fine too. Either way, just anything to get out of this Cheeks format. So, to say goodbye, I made the most annoying team possible. And Chimecho is a very important part of it. Not for any particular reason. Actually, Chimecho isn't really annoying at all. I love the little guy. But, you know, ding-a-ling. Okay, our first teammate in our annoying team is going to be a dual screens Chimecho. The Meteor Beam buff is super nice. I just get to run Meteor Beam and then whatever else I want. So went with Stab Psychic to handle like the 5 like Hawlucha and Scolipede players. I'm sorry I have targeted you, but with unfortunately Chimecho's kind of low special attack, it needs some damage boosting with the Stab. But we're going to be keeping it really simple, which is max HP and max special attack. Our next teammate is going to be Nora, the French Darkrai. So we're going to be running really just a standard set, so this team can actually do something other than being annoying. But, you know, I mean, you've played Garchomp and Dragonite and get hit with an Ice Beam. It's like, ah, dang, that's annoying. Yeah, you know, losing is annoying, right? Anyways, Nasty Plot, Ice Beam, Dark Pulse, Thunderbolt to try and take care of those pesky Skarmories, because I'm here to annoy people, not them to annoy me. We're running another simple spread, max HP, max special attack, and finally the reason why the team exists and the reason why the team is as annoying as possible, we're going to be running a Garchomp Z with Dragon Rush and Dig, 2 moves with a really annoying invincibility because of the speed increase, and Sand Tomb. Sand Tomb is annoying because it gets a lot of post KOs, and it's also really annoying when it's plus because it covers such a wide area. It's just really funny. It's not a good team. If anything, it's actually probably more annoying to the player than actually to the people around you, but still, the moments that Garchomp Z pops up and you get hit by Dig and Dragon Rush, you know, it's pretty dang annoying. If you seriously wanted to run something like this, just put Earthquake instead of Sand Tomb, but then it's actually like, oh, you can handle Magearna in a lot of your other matchups. Sand Tomb is just very funny for post KOs. Spread's super simple, just running max HP and max attack. But with that out of the way, let's get into the matches. Okay, and for our first match, it's going to be on Street. I got Street a lot, but honestly, it's actually kind of good for my team because, you know, got a screen setter and I need somebody to lock on immediately in order to start setting screens. And our partner is a Raichu that swaps immediately over to Meganium, and I'm not quite exactly sure why. It's like, okay, Frenzy Plant, that does hurt. So I just swap over to Garchomp. Normally I'm trying to like just stay on screens and build meter as quickly as possible, but sometimes I have to swap off to Chomp. I played a lot of games. These are just the games where like the strat worked actually really well, and not just like kind of okay. So I was able to, you know, practice and learn how this team actually works. Sorry, yeah, there's a lot of air quotes on that. But, you know, you play long enough, you'll eventually get some good games. And you'll get really lucky, like, you know, randomly stomping on Meganium. Yeah, this team has a lot of issues. Like, I don't really have anything that directly deals with, yeah, with the Glycopod. I can, yeah, like Darkrai doesn't deal with it, and this team also just doesn't really handle fairies in general very well. And I get so lucky on that D transformation. I can't do any swaps, so might as well just reach out and slam somebody. And I see the power up, so I just might as well grab it before anybody else can. Don't want anybody trying to make some reverse comebacks, but I ran in and kind of stole every KO that I could. Got a nice lead here with 5. The thing about this team, though, is that lead can disappear in an instant. Well, not in an instant, a very slow instant, because I have to build meter for like 3 minutes before anything can really happen. I'm really proud of Chimecho's damage sometimes. On a neutral hit, it does some pretty good damage to you know, mons that don't have good special defense. The strat for like determining when I should be going and when I shouldn't be going is I don't know, I'm just gonna stomp on things and then just get really lucky. I think the important thing is just, you know, keeping an eye on sword stance and making sure it's up as often as possible when you're making attacks as Z, because, you know, you don't get that power boost anymore. But there's one of those instances of Sand Tomb being really good. It is just a interesting like way to you know, like it's essentially a quick attack for people that don't have a quick attack. So, you know, that is one viable use of it. Overall, it's not great, but still, you know, if you need to finish off a low HP opponent that's running away, you know, Whirlpool, Sand Tomb, and Fire Spin, they can do that. But yeah, I'm going to be able to take first with that. Can't deny it was a lot of getting lucky, but hey, we're on the next map. We're on Lake, a map that I like, but honestly isn't great for this team. But sometimes you need space in order to build meter. It just stings when sometimes you can get focused. But hey, look, it's a Hawlucha. See, I told you there was like 5 of them somewhere. I don't know. Japan actually like plays some interesting weird stuff along with the obviously strong stuff. There was also a match that I played where everyone had a Frostlass, which was really interesting. I guess maybe people are just kind of getting excited for, oh, snow warning Frostlass. I'm so happy that Frostlass has snow warning. It's really important. There I baited the Protect. And, you know, you don't have Protect, you can't guard against Meteor Beam. I don't know why they protected there, but yeah, whatever. I prefer to set up Sword Stance before transforming. That way I had as much time as possible within Z form, because I've definitely had a lot of instances where I am out and I just don't. You know, I'm just kind of sitting around and not able to do anything while I'm waiting for people to respawn because it took me so long to get screens up and then get meter. That's definitely the big weakness of this team. And I can't believe I just missed that. Just so close. But thank you, Garchomp, for running into the Ice Beam. I really appreciate it. That was a real bro move of you. And hey, look! One of the mons that just normally gives me a lot of trouble, but you know, if you time your digs, you can make out of a lot of situations with a little less damage. And yeah, that's the power of Chimecho. For some reason, it's decently bulky. It survived there. It's pretty good. So, and I got my revenge. Oh, I got so lucky that Garchomp ran in front of that Ice Beam. I thought originally that, oh yeah, I got the, oh no, Hawlucha is still there. Yeah, Hawlucha is just, for this particular Garchomp, pretty difficult to deal with. Yeah, even if you did run like Earthquake, yeah, Hawlucha would be difficult for you. And there goes invincibility, yippee! And yeah, not a whole lot of time left. I'm comfortable, like, yeah, I don't have to finish this out. But, you know, might as well get the 10. Pop! And that's gonna seal the deal. Good job, Chimecho. And yeah, you can see there's a lot of times where dang, Garchomp Z is really annoying to deal with. Okay, so next match is going to be here on Street Map. It is nice to be able to set up screens immediately, but sometimes the fights just start happening on the other side of the map, and it gets kind of rough. And also, of course, my partner is a stupid absolute rat. That's okay. I get my screens up and I'm able to swap, and I'm just kind of looking for you know, stuff to build meter on and do some stuff. Because this Garchomp is not good without, yeah, just not good without Z. It's like, it does stuff, you know, it does damage, but like, look at that. Thankfully I put a Sand Tomb die, and that got the KO for me. Don't respect the Sand Tomb, good night then. Yeah, if I were running like a better set, if I just put Earthquake here, this Garchomp would be having a much, much better time. But yeah, I have to just kind of make guesses on where things are going to be, and hopefully I'm guessing right. But thankfully stuff like Glaive Rush is like, oh, no guessing, I'll just punish the afterwards. But I think my biggest problem with this team is I am terrible at remembering to screen first, then go into Garchomp Z. Because I really just want to start fighting. I am not a dual screens kind of person. Here I'm just kind of looking for a time that's good to Mega. There, I just got really lucky. Yeah, I just got really lucky. And with the screens up, I just feel really comfortable. Unfortunately, I never put up, yeah, I never put up Sword Stance. And instead of, I think I probably would have traded on that anyways. I play really late at night, so I fight a lot of Japanese and Asian players. So, you know, who knows where the latency is. I get really lucky here with that freeze on the Absol. So, thanks. Thanks, Bex. Really appreciate it. And after like playing this team for a while, you kind of just have to get a good feel for like when fairy types are going to be running around, and just kind of be comfortable with you know, using Dig and Dragon Rush, because otherwise you're just not going to be able to do a whole lot. Lucario to me is just like, ooh, delicious steel type. So I always want to try and snag them, but you know, sometimes they're actually running Dragon Pulse and they nasty plot beforehand properly. This part here, I'm confused on why this happened this way. Because Greninja's clearly over there. And I don't know why I got the KO, like why it stopped so early. Because I was definitely targeting the Greninja, but it just decided to hit the Garchomp instead. So, okay, sure. Okay, and then we're heading back to Lake. Sometimes I do really appreciate this space because it allows me to kind of find matchups that are better, but sometimes I get forced into bad matchups. So yeah, pretty much anytime. Hey, look, it's Glycopod. Really hungry for my Psychic. Ow! Well, not terrible. Got the Reflect up, so it really reduced the damage. But I just want to kind of build meter on Garchomp, because, you know, for some reason, they're just not really paying attention to me, and I'm okay with that. That's great. Please don't pay attention to me. Just gonna put down a Tomb on you. That should... Okay, it would have gotten 2 ticks if they didn't swap. But, yeah, these are one of those, like, I need to swap, and I'm too slow. Oops. I think what had happened was... I had not pre-moved my cursor over to another option. But, my bad, skill issue. And, oh my gosh, I hate Dark Pulse sometimes. It's so annoying. Fortunately, I got really lucky. And I didn't die to first impression, because, no life orb. Yippee! Yeah, not having item variety, it's like, sometimes it'll give you a second chance. Look how much damage that did. Ugh. It's crazy. And also how fast, like, oh jeez. It's insane. Okay, and look at the damage though in Sandtomb. Goodbye. That's the one funny thing about Fleur Cannon. It is, just, you are stuck there for a while. But, still, if I remember to actually head back to Chimecho, then I can even prevent getting KO'd. So, like, the pace of it's supposed to be, you go to Chimecho, then go over to Darkrai, then go back over to Chimecho, and then go over to Garchomp C. That's the ideal pacing. Rarely does it ever work out, but, I'm trying here. So I'm not actually after the Magearna, but if you're going to switch over to Garchomp, I'll take it, sure. And then usually I'm going to try and set the Sandtomb first. What I, through playing had figured out, like, okay, that's the best way to kind of play it. But, sometimes you just kind of have to guess a lot. And at this point, I'm just, sit back, set up screens, find a point where it makes sense to swap over to Garchomp with whatever I have left. But, honestly, it looks more and more like Darkrai would be better. But, this is a Garchomp video, so, hey, it's Garchomp time. Yippee! And I got really lucky on the Heat Wave going off before my dig popped up. So, lucky me. Okay, and for our final match, we're going to end it here on Park. I just don't... I don't think Park is too good for this team, just because it is... it's just really scary. Like, whoever's closest to you can be a really bad matchup at times. The one thing that's nice about Chimecho is usually, unless it's, just a super effective matchup, people don't really want to fight. But, sometimes they do, and because I have dual screens up, they're not really going to be doing a whole lot of damage. This whole match is really weird because the Electros is running around with Outrage, and, dang, that guy's chunky. Oh well, thanks for not swapping out. And the Waterfall lets me get both. Yeah, he brings out Heatran a lot, and I'm okay with that, honestly. Sure. There's a lot of just... I just don't like this map for how difficult it can be to keep your lock on. And, oh yeah, Sandtomb got a KO over there. It's just really nice. Ah, oh, jeez, Garmony does a lot of damage though. Yeah, you have to really respect Sky Attack. It can just one-shot you like that. But, gotta stay on course, gotta, get these screens up, and jeez, I got blown up by Magnet Bomb. Ugh. I hope Megascarm is good in Champions. It looks like it's gonna be good. But, but we'll find out. We'll find out. And, yeah, just don't do quite enough damage with Darkrai. I was really hoping to not need to spend meter, but, yeah, you just have to spend meter, because it does get a special defense boost. And And like I said, I like to Sword Stance before, and I'm just kind of looking for a chance to Mega. And no, I got lag on my side. I got lag against me right now, so I need to transform earlier. That's okay. It's still a really close game, and I have a lot of good matchups with my team. Yeah, they really want Outrage to work. Because it's like, yeah, that makes sense, you know. It can hit some Dragon types. And the nice thing about Dig 2 is that it gives me some time to, get Dragon Rush back up. I was really trying to find, like, something that could actually counter Skarm, but, like, if it had Sky Attack, geez, there's just not a whole lot that any team really does against Skarm very well. It's just, is a Skarm player paying attention, then maybe you'll get a Fire or Electric move off, and it's usually going to be Fire. But, that's gonna do it. Okay, and with that, that's gonna end Season 8 for me, and thank goodness we're moving on to Season 9. We're going to be moving into a format with no restricteds, as in no mythicals, no legendaries, which I'm okay with legendaries and mythicals, but I understand. And low power ceilings always make usually gives more Pokemon a chance to shine. Especially compared to this season that has been way too centralized around Garchomp Z and Mega Magirna, and especially Skarmory. Boy, it just feels like this season was not thought out at all, other than it was a funny gimmick. But that's okay. Moving on. Don't have to deal with this anymore for a couple more days or whatever. But while I do have some fun ideas for Season 9 and some mons to play, or teams to play, I'd love to know, like, if y'all have any mons in mind that I should give a shot, or any teams that you'd like to see me try out. Definitely feel free to let me know in the comments, and I'd love to give them a go. But I did want to say something about Champions. It's going to be coming out very soon. And I am not going to be playing because I am very anti free to play. I'm glad Nintendo does say that it is free to start, but being open about having predatory practices in your game doesn't stop me. I mean, like, I'm not going to hand it to you. Being honest is about doing FOMO. It's like I'm just going to avoid you. While there is a lot of interesting things in Champions, I'm just play Showdown instead. Yeah, it's not the same, but also at the same time, it's easier. If I just want to play the battle sim, I'm just gonna play it that way. Oh well. Still, I am excited for. It's like I'm like for the game itself to be coming out, and a lot of people are gonna enjoy it. Definitely feel free to. And this isn't like a critique of your character or anything like that. You didn't design the game like that. It was a Nintendo, and I forgot who the company was that was actually developing it. They're all deciding, like, what is the best way to get money out of you. At least it doesn't look like as predatory, but the VP from battles so far seems like it's going to be pretty limited, like around 100 or something points. And in order to recruit them on, you have to pay 2,000 to permanently recruit them. So that doesn't look good. And you can't edit the stats of the temporary rental mons that you recruit. That also doesn't look good. And also their stats are completely like they have 2 max stats, and it's going to be random on which ones are maxed out. It's like that all costs a lot of VP. It looks predatory. You got a battle pass. You got fear of missing out. Nah, I'm not gonna bother with that. everyone that is totally fine with that and they love these types of games. I'm not calling you out or something like that. I'm just saying these practices are not cool. We should have games that have compelling reasons to spend money on, and not just ones that are tricking our brains into saying, but I have to have it, otherwise I'm going to, I don't know, I'm not going to have it. Oh well. I hope y'all have a great rest of your day, and I hope you enjoy. I hope you just enjoy it, you know? Take it easy. Bye.